Hello, everyone. I'm back with you tonight, and what I want to talk about is our young girls and young ladies. And I know nowadays a lot more of us parents and especially moms are teaching our young ladies manners and teaching them how to have respect for themselves. And some of us teach them how to stand in their power. But I wanted to spend today really talking about how we approach our young ladies and our girls with how they show up in the world. In the science, in the STEM and arts field, we have a shortage, especially in STEM, of girls. They don't enter the field, not that they don't have the capacity, not that they aren't brilliant, not that they couldn't lead the charge, but they enter the fields of science, technology, engineering, and math at a much lower rate. And it's important for us as parents, educators, and people that have influence in the life of young girls to have them show up and step into their power, even as young as 5 years old. It's great to teach our girls to be polite, but we also have to help them understand that even in that politeness, they should be standing firm in who they are and what they stand for, because that carries on from 5 years old all the way throughout life. And I think that part of what we miss in education overall, and this is no slight on any person or anything, it's just about the way we interact and engage with our girls, right? We encourage them to sit quiet and, play nice and all of these things. And that's great. It's wonderful. But yet we say, boys, let boys be boys, right? And that's sending a mixed message. And as a result, we're confusing our young girls on how they should show up in the world. And that carries on into professional life, right? And it leads to a sense of insecurity in how they show up and engage. Because if a girl speaks up for herself and she stands firm, quite often, because it's not normal for boys to see that, they assume that, oh, she's being either a tomboy or she's not being very kind, because kind has been conditioned to being polite and more silent. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because we need to have more young women and girls entering the field of science, technology, engineering, and math. And the way we do that is to support them in their confidence, in their appreciation for their abilities, and for them being able to stand in self and know and believe in everything that it is that they can do, which also means standing firm on how they show up and how they engage and how they interact with everyone around them, whether it be in school, on the playground, in an after school program, wherever it is. We should constantly be encouraging our young girls to be in power, to be in power within themselves, right? And this means a lot to me because I see it as I go into my meetings and how I network. And over the years, I've been in business and a corporate professional for well over 2 decades, right? And we talk about it. There have been books about it, and at the end of the day, we still aren't adapting in the way we need to for our girls. Are we modeling in our everyday engagement the type of strong and empowered woman we want our girls to be, right? And and again, this is not a slight, it's just a conversation that I'm having with you with no back and forth, but please give me some comments. But it's important. And this came to me and I was inspired by this because I was in a conversation in a clubhouse room, and I constantly see how, even as an adult woman in a room filled with adults, that the men in the room tend to dominate the room. And in their domination of the room, even when women speak, they feel comfortable with interrupting us and silencing us and not realizing that that time is done. We women are standing firm in our power. And if we have something to say, we demand to be heard because we equally have voice, we equally have power, and we should be able to express it. And so I'm vocal about it, but I also see other women not engage in that way. And so it's important that we teach these lessons to one another, because if we don't demand that level of equality, we pass those characteristics on to our friends, our children, and every woman around us. And so I think that this is extremely important because obviously I am for girls in STEM, right? And we want our girls to show up and be comfortable in their skin and feel like, yes, I can stand in my power and I'm not, there's nothing wrong with me. We're all in a place of equal leveled playing field. And so that's all I wanted to talk about today. And I thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have comments, please send the comments, post them in on YouTube or Facebook. And I think I don't repurpose it anywhere else. But anyway, YouTube or Facebook, please do comment. It's really, really important because together we're going to transform the world. And I love it. And I'm so grateful for all of you that tune in. Thanks. Bye-bye.